Today we start in Afghanistan. The threat of Taliban violence did not stop millions of Afghans from casting their votes for a new president. This marked the first time Afghans were able to vote in a peaceful democratic handover of power. Frontrunners include President Karzai's former finance minister, Ashraf Ghani, ex-foreign minister Zalmay Rasool, and opposition leader Dr. Abdullah Abdullah. All three have pledged to sign a bilateral security agreement with the United States, a condition of the Obama administration keeping troops in the country as advisors. With early projections now showing a potential runoff, we want to check in on how the Afghan reaction has been and also from businesses. We head to the capital of Kabul, where Sean Callebs is there. Sean?
Well, thanks very much, Phil. I think a lot of people are waiting to see exactly how this election plays out. But the significant factor, all candidates, as you mentioned, say they will sign the BSA. And that's good news for the economic community here. People say that there's been a chilling effect in the last 8 to 10 months, and they blame a lot of that on the fact that there's just been so much up in the air. Walk the sidewalks outside Afghanistan's crowded shops, and you'll hear that business is bad. For more than 40 years, Ahmed Shah has operated this tire shop. Even though Kabul's streets beat poor tires to death, his business is way down. And Shah blames the political uncertainty.
It plays an important role. If the security situation gets worse, people won't be able to live their life the way they want. Kids won't be able to go to school. Businesses will be stopped.
Most Afghans make a living off the land. Outside Kabul, the landscape is lined with smokestacks from brick factories. Everyone in this country who builds a home or small business will need these to do the job. From May until December, this site will be filled with hundreds of workers, making bricks virtually around the clock. The process really hasn't changed much in generations. Still, an industry this vital to Afghanistan's economy hasn't been immune from the uncertainty that came with the presidential election. For a generation, A1 Bricks has created jobs with Afghanistan soil. Hizaraba Afridi is the manager here and anxiously awaiting election results.
Our business has stopped and our profit margin is down, so there's no construction, no building, no development. If the election happens in a good way and brings a positive change, our business will start up again.
Presidential candidate Ashraf Ghani says Afghans need to look beyond the billions and billions of dollars the U.S. and other countries have poured into this nation.
There's not a country on earth that has reduced poverty through foreign aid. It just doesn't happen.
Ghani has made the economy the bedrock of his campaign. And with perhaps as much as $3 trillion in minerals in Afghanistan's mountains, Ghani envisions tapping into trade with India and China.
China, the new government, has adopted a policy of making sure that the neighbors benefit from this massive Chinese growth.
But there are always signs of just how far this country has to go. Without security, the luster comes off presidential plans and promises quickly.
Sean, explain to us how this bilateral security agreement means for the Afghan economy.
Well, it's going to give this area stability, and that's what it needs more than anything. But is it going to be a cure-all? Not by a long shot. Afghanistan is still the 5th poorest nation on earth. And in the story, you saw that last image of that man polishing shoes, working on shoes on the street. He'll do that for about an hour on every pair of shoes. For that, he makes 50 Afghanis. That's about $1. So this country has a long way to go. But this weekend was very promising. It is a step in the right direction. They need to somehow make the transfer from unskilled labor to skilled and then improve education, but one step at a time, Phil.
Sean, you and I have talked about this before, but the importance of education and the impact it has on young people, and I imagine that this election is going to have a very big impact. Is there a sense from the folks that you're talking to over there, the young folks, how they feel about the future of Afghanistan?
Yeah, this is a very young country. The median age is 18. About 2 out of 3 people in this country are under the age of 25. This was a great weekend for them. A lot of these people are young, talented people, speak a number of languages. They could leave Afghanistan, go work elsewhere, but they believe this is the best chance for their country right now. They want to stay here. They want to help lift this country out of the decades and decades of poverty and war and violence. The young people are really motivated in this country. We had a chance to spend the day with a number of young people yesterday who work in an organization. That story's coming up later in the week, but I think that's the one really bright spot in all of this, that if they can move past the corruption, all the problems of this country, these young leaders coming up, they actually have a program called ICU, meaning they're looking at government leaders, and if there's corruption, they're going to call them out on it. That's significant.